Good morning and welcome to the Morning Roundup. I hope that you're having a very good morning and gentle morning and that you have a warm beverage on this very cold morning to get you through. So, let's get into some of the news and musings of the morning. Okay, so let's begin with mindful meditation in a wholesome fashion. So the first article comes in courtesy of Psychology Today / Mayo Clinic / IneedMotivation.com, which talks about some of the benefits of meditation, which include reducing pain and enhancing the body's immune system, reducing feelings of depression, anxiety, anger and confusion, increasing blood flow and slows the heart rate, provides a sense of calm, peace and balance, helps reverse heart disease, helps control thoughts, increases energy and reduces stress. Okay, it occurred to me the other night that silence says a lot, more than you think. A few words by the ancient sage. You don't have to search for truth, it's right in front of you. You just need to strip yourself of illusions that are obstructing your view. Truth is about unlearning, getting rid of your conditioning, than it is about learning. You reach truth via subtraction, not addition. I can definitely relate to that, especially when it comes time to breaking yourself down, I guess, maybe, and sort of picking apart maybe old unhelpful routines and re-establishing fresh new ones, or at least that's the way that I interpret it. Okay, Wired.co.uk has an article about a few end-to-end encrypted services instead of Messenger or WhatsApp now. And the headline goes, if you're trying to get away from Facebook's all-seeing eye, Signal might be your best bet, and a few other options. With the news that Facebook is planning to merge Messenger, WhatsApp and Instagram, it could be time to switch messaging apps. Here's our pick. I believe they have an exhaustive list on their actual article. Which they mention apps like Signal, which you can send encrypted messages from one end to the other end. Means that any messages sent is turned into indecipherable code until it reaches the receiver's phone. So the app is Signal, and they also mention Viber, Telegram, Line, Kick, amongst a few other popular ones as well, which kind of all serve the same sort of function, I believe. If you're looking for an alternative to Messenger or WhatsApp. Okay, here's an interesting article by Time Health. Cervical cancer screenings save lives, so why aren't more women getting them? And then it goes on to say that there is a new AI algorithm that could help. And to further elaborate on the article, which was published on the 22nd of January. It talks specifically about cervical cancer, saying that virtually all cases are caused by the human papillomavirus, or the HPV virus, according to the National Cancer Institute. Apologies for butchering that saying then. They stress the importance of getting regular screenings in order to catch the deadly disease. However, they say just under half of women between the ages of 21 to 29 and 65% of women of the age of 30 to 65 actually get this screening. And they talk about various reasons why, but also allude that there is a more effective method coming soon, which is an artificial intelligence powered algorithm developed by the National Cancer Institute researchers. And the algorithm works by analysing cell phone quality images of a woman's cervix and determining if it looks normal, precancerous or cancerous, which means that they can get quicker interventions into place, thus reducing the global cervix cancer mortality amongst women ages 25 to 49 within the next couple of decades. So that's very positive news. The article is up on time.com. Okay, I just discovered that I've got a few just discovered actually. I've got about 4 of them. So the first one, the world's first mobile phone call was made on April 3rd, 1973, when Martin Cooper, a senior engineer at Motorola, called rival telecommunications company and informed them he was speaking via a mobile phone. It's kind of like saying, in your faces. The second one, most internet data is not transferred across continents by satellites. Instead, 97% of intercontinental data is transferred through hundreds of thousands of miles of cables at the bottom of the ocean. The third, tigers can and will take revenge on those who have wronged them. They are one of the most vengeful animals on the entire planet. And the last one, a man was saved by not ordering Domino's pizza. After 7 years of ordering every day, the lack of an order got the store worried. A delivery driver stopped by the house to find him crying for help. So there you go. There's a lot to be said for routine as well. Oh, I had a Domino's on the weekend. Okay, digital health and wellness comes in to say that a 96-year-old won the 2018 Nobel Prize in Physics, and he reveals his science-backed secret to staying sharp in old age. And I'll just expand on that briefly, but I imagine, I read through this quickly last night, and it essentially boils down to the fact that you must keep your brain busy, or at least have a compelling reason to be constantly engaged in life, essentially. What did he say? Arthur Ashkin won the 2018 Nobel Prize in Physics for his role in developing a technology called optical tweezers, which are high-powered lasers that can pick up tiny bits of matter. At 96, he's the oldest person ever awarded a Nobel Prize. Ashkin still works on science projects and experiments in his basement regularly. Experts say that's a great way to stave off mental decline as you age. There are also a few other things you can try. A second. I believe I have a stuck stream. Oh dear. Bear with me. There we go. We should be back on. Apologies about that. It's because I'm co-streaming on both streaming platforms. So I wonder if sometimes this fibre can handle it or not. Welcome, Starfish. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Well, hope you have a great morning. Just elaborating a little bit on why we have a 96-year-old superager, Nobel Peace Prize man. And essentially the article talks about being engaged in work that you enjoy and solving the compelling question in your life is one of the reasons that he's staved off mental decline, as well as a rounded diet. Essentially nothing fantastically revelatory that we didn't know about. So okay. The most reliable way to predict the future is to create it. You are the creator of your own future. Make the right choices now so you don't have to clean up bad choices later. Now, I don't always necessarily believe that there's always a right choice. I just certainly think that it's better to act now, maybe, as in to follow your goals and dreams, because sometimes too much time can be wasted on procrastination and making sure that you get the correct answer, when really now is the only time to act, essentially. Okay, mind body healing comes in with our usual dietary requirement. Let's see if I can open up this in the new tab. So the 12 organic foods you should be eating. It doesn't elaborate as to why, but I think they kind of speak for themselves. Spinach, strawberries, nectarines, cherries, pears, celeries, bell peppers, apples, grapes, raspberries, peaches, and potatoes and tomatoes. Sometimes you need patience in order to find true happiness. It won't come fast, it won't come easy, but it will be worth it. Now my interpretation of that tends to be patience in action. For example, if you're a content creator putting out content, maybe don't necessarily expect like fame and fortune within your first year. I mean, it does happen to some, but it's patience in action and building up towards your goal in life. So please don't sink. Yeah, exactly. Probably though, right? That's a good one for Starfish. Psychology living. Someone who constantly feels the need to tell everyone how exciting their life is via social media likely does not have an exciting life. It's the old adage of those who shout the loudest, to say the least, sort of thing, I guess. A few words by Buddha. The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, or not to anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. Now, my interpretation of that is it's okay to, maybe think ahead to the future, or, revisit the past a little bit, but it's not a good idea to ruminate too far in the future or to be stuck too far in the past. You're kind of constantly in this moment, and that is your opportunity to have the most control, really. You have no control over the past or the future. You can plan for the future, but it's in the present moment that we can really control things and see things as they are. Sometimes those who challenge you most teach you the best. I think it goes back to what I was saying about the other day, about not always existing in your own echo chamber necessarily. It's good to have opinions from other people who challenge your own so that it can make you look at things a bit differently. It used to be when we were stuck in the tour van, travelling to different venues to play shows, that was often a minefield of different opinions, but it was a really good experience to hear other people's opinions in the most non-biased way possible, because you had to be non-biased, sharing a small cramped space with each other. Okay, Emotion Machine has an article on mindfulness in which they say just 8 weeks of mindfulness training can improve attention, memory, stress and empathy. And the article begins by saying that mindfulness is self-directed neuroplasticity. Now, the concept of neuroplasticity is a fancy way of saying, of basically saying that you can reshape your brain, or the way that you restructure your brain, so through your experiences. It's like anything we experience, we tend to change our behaviour patterns according to those experiences. The central idea according to the principles of psychology, the central idea behind neuroplasticity is that our brain can restructure itself based on experience. One great example of neuroplasticity is sensory substitution. For instance, if a person is born blind, the visual parts of the brain will be taken over by another sense, such as hearing or touch. This is the brain's way of reallocating unused processing power only to what we are actually experiencing. So, essentially, neuroplasticity allows us to take our experiences and learn from them and form new memories. And it has an image of wires and the way that they grow. But essentially, mindfulness can help restructure the way that the neurons fire together and wire together, essentially. Because it's one way to consciously change our experiences as they're happening, essentially. And so, for example, psychiatrist Daniel Siegel calls it the response flexibility, the capacity to pause before we act. So if, for example, say if we're put in a very tense situation, a lot of us might fire from the hip, say, where we feel like we've been attacked, so we're going to attack back. However, through exercising mindfulness, for example, we don't have to act immediately we can take a moment to analyze the situation, choose to get into a better headspace, and then attack or tackle the situation. So essentially it seems like mindfulness can be very beneficial to making better decisions, shall we say. Oh yeah, this is quite an interesting post. Okay, it's by sidepost.org, and it says synchronized transcranial magnetic stimulation is especially effective for those with more severe depression. Now, what synchronized transcranial magnetic stimulation is, to begin with, is that, let me open up the article here, is that a non-invasive brain stimulation has been tried. The journal appears in the Depression and Anxiety journal, the research, sorry. What does it say? It says that they were delivering low amounts of magnetic energy, which I guess would be like some sort of a pulse to it at an individual's brain frequency. And they did it for over the course of 6 to 8 weeks, and they found that this delivering this what's the word? I need to use the specific word. Delivering this magnetic energy over 6 to 8 weeks for research purposes seemed to work best in individuals with more severe depressive and anxiety symptoms, the ones who were most often hardest to treat. And yeah, it seems to have alleviated some of the severe forms of depressive and anxiety symptoms, so which holds a lot of positive and hopeful opportunity to help people in the future. So that's very cool. Okay, I'm going to come in with like 3 odd fun facts. So the unique characteristics of Barbie dolls in Japan are that they have their lips closed with no teeth showing. The second one is most lipstick contains fish scales. And the third one is the smallest bone in the human body is the stapes bone, which is located in the ear. I see starfish and come a long way since the bottom is like, yeah, absolutely. It's still in beginning stages. I'll post up the link to the article Starfish in the I'll pin it up on the comments just below, just to double check that. I didn't elaborate into it. There's links to the article specifically though, but I'll pin that up though, definitely. But yeah, absolutely agree with you. They have come a long way as well. Okay, a few real words as well. Yeah, fish scales. Yeah, according to Odd Fun Facts. Yeah, which is at Odd Fun Facts. Okay, real words. Mindset is everything. Change your mindset and you change your life. Remember the days you prayed for the things that you have now. So essentially, to stay grounded in realizing how far you come is how I interpret that anyway. Okay, and the very last point comes courtesy of the Stoic Emperor, I should say. It says polarization and conflict produce online engagement. Engagement is the object of desire for corporations, politicians, ruthless self-promoters. Sorry. Our emotions are held captive by contrived controversies and phantom threats. Master your emotions, or they will serve other masters. I wonder if that applies to clickbait. Anyway, I've run out of information on my feed for today, so I guess I'm just going to round it up by saying thank you for stopping by this morning, and to Starfish, thank you for stopping by too, and I hope you have a great day. I will upload an ASMR video this evening. I'm actually planning to pop over to the studio later on. Maybe I can set up the camera there and do some ASMR or something like that. I'll figure it out anyway. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by, and have a great day. See you in the next video.